Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the abdomen with this ball. And there's this whole layer of fascia that goes from here up to the chest. And so a lot of times you can release tension in the abdomen and it actually opens the chest and front of the shoulders up, which is exciting. So we're gonna feel that. But as you go, we're gonna work in this whole area called the hara. And so you have your pubic bone and then you have your hip points. And there's this little gap of space between the ribs and the pelvis, and then you can follow the ribs all the way up to the xiphoid process. And so this entire area that is not bone, but it's all abdominal organs and muscle and tissue, we're gonna work in here and see what tension we can release. So all you have to do is put this ball anywhere inside of your abdomen. And when you first do this, it might be really intense feeling, and so you could stay propped up on your elbows if you have a ton of tension in your abdomen. And you want to do this on an empty stomach. And so I have done this quite a bit, and my abdomen's in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna actually go all the way down and lay like this. And all you're gonna do is inhale fully and push the ball out of you. And then exhale fully and let it sink in. As it sinks in, you're gonna feel it makes an interesting shape into the places that are really receiving it and allowing it. You might feel your abdominal aorta pulsing, and it might be sort of painful, and your job is to really relax. Really, 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 really relax. And if the pain is coming from a type of tension, you'll know it. And so you're just gonna work to let go of that tension. And we're gonna do 3 breaths in each area. So round number 2. And I like to exhale fully and just kind of hang out with empty lungs for a little while before taking another inhale and just see, can I relax a little bit more? Like, can I let it in a little bit more? Okay, and so that's about 3 breaths. And so I'm gonna find another place, and you can go up, down, right, or left. So I'm gonna move mine like a little bit to the left and sort of like get at some of the tension underneath the right side of my rib cage, right where the diaphragm attaches, in between my right ribs and my right pelvis. So again, I'm inhaling fully. Pushing the ball all the way out, and then exhaling, just relaxing and letting it go in. And after about 3 long, slow, big breaths, I'm gonna roll it to a new spot. And so I just did the right side, so I'm gonna go check out the left side. And I'm in my left upper area, so I'm really, I can feel the ball kind of like going a little bit underneath the ribs, up towards the diaphragm, and also down into that space between the ribs and the pelvis. I'll take 3 long, slow, deep breaths here. And just exhaling and really softening, letting it sink in, sink in, sink in, sink in. If there's any like sharp pain, it could be just like gas or it could be tension. And so seeing if you can really relax as much as possible. I'm gonna do one more area. So I'm gonna go down now. And you can feel free to go into as many areas and spend as long of a time as you want to. Just let it be an exploration, because the more you kind of look around, the more you'll start to understand yourself. One of the cool things you might find is like opposites. And so like a lot of times if you have a pain or tension on the right, if you open the left, the right will release. And it's similar with like the pelvis and stuff too. Like it's similar everywhere. So like say you have a pain or tension on the outside of the right hip. Well, sometimes releasing on the inside of the groin will open this up here. Or pain on the back, if you release the front, the back will get opened up. And so we'll do 3 more breaths here in this new area. And I'm going to stop the video after that, but feel free to just keep going. Okay, and we're gonna try 2 different tests. And the first test is just to sit up. It's gonna release that pressure. Just notice how you feel. Like I instantly feel all this stuff rising up in my shoulders, dropping down my back. I can even feel my head being able to, you know, like come out of this like head forward posture and kind of sit back a little bit easier. And then let's also lay on our backs. Yeah, my shoulders are just completely laying on the floor instead of like rounding and poking, and I can feel my breath. You know, it's very interesting. It's like if you can release the abdomen, you get a lot more range in the diaphragm and a lot more expansion both up and down. I'm also feeling like not so much arch in my lower back, which is a part of me that can get really tight, like a tight curve. And I feel like the legs are just like pouring downwards. All right, there's some abdominal work for you.